Welcome back. You're watching the Sunday Footy Show. We had Jeremy Howe on the desk with us a little earlier in the program, previewing Collingwood's clash against Geelong. Well, there's three other big finals set down for this week. The first of which, Thursday night, up at the Gabba, and it is Richmond and the Brisbane Lions.
It is, TJ, and they're really vulnerable for me, the Brisbane Lions, even though they're going in as the highest seed. I think Richmond are the more informed side. And I just want to go back to the last time they met. So it was all Brisbane in the first half when they got their ball movement going. For the moment, look at that scoreline. So it's 37-3. And then Richmond start to ramp up their pressure, and when they did, it was 10 goals to 3 after half-time, and they came back and won in a close one, Richmond. So I'm expecting Richmond to bring the heat, just like Melbourne did last week, and Brisbane did not handle the pressure of Melbourne last week, and I'm expecting Richmond to do the same to them in this final and knock the Brisbane Lions
In terms
down.
of big weeks, week one of the finals, it's the biggest week for Brisbane, don't you think?
Oh, huge. Yeah. Absolutely huge.
Finals record and the way that this year's panned out, the drama with Dane Zorko last week, their performance against Melbourne. So I think they're the team under the most pressure heading into this final series.
Does anyone think Brisbane can win?
Yeah, I do. I think they can win at home.
Absolutely, they can win. I'm tipping Richmond, but it'll be close.
Who are you tipping?
I think I'd go Brisbane. I think there'll be a response.
Yeah. Sydney surged toward what it believes is a real premiership hope this year. Began in round 12 when they managed to beat Melbourne. Kane, just take us through what they did in that game. Take us through what they'll need to do next Friday night in this qualifying final.
Yeah, well, it just showed that Melbourne were vulnerable. It was about this stage of the year, round 12, where we started to think, well, maybe they're not invincible. It was 5-1 at quarter time in this game. Melbourne only kicked 4 goals after quarter time, and Sydney started to do a bit more of this, a bit more dare. You must be prepared to shift the ball off the line across half-back and send the game into a bit of chaos. There's no science behind this, but if you can bring the ball to ground, you don't let Lever, May, Hibberd, Gawn mark the footy, and you can create some things and get it into an open forward line with some speed, get the ball on the ground and let their small forwards go to work. They've got a number of those. So it was a significant night for Sydney, and the first time we sort of sat up and go, whoa, hang on, Melbourne are a little bit vulnerable. I guess the counter to that is Max Gawn's performance on this night, Damo. So he had 30 disposals on this night, or 28, and he kicked 3 goals, 5 clearances. And I don't know how they stop him. He's got himself into some good form, so it's going to be a bit of Hickey, it's going to be a bit of Reid.
And referencing himself during the All-Australian Awards night where he made his 6th jacket, saying that he spent a lot of time forward and he did it willingly, allowing Jackson to come into it. Where's he factor in this particular matchup?
Well, I think he just gives them flexibility. I expect Jackson to start in the ruck and Gawn to go forward and stretch them as he did on this night. So I don't see an obvious matchup for him, and he's pivotal to Melbourne.
A tip?
Melbourne.
Swans for me.
Swans.
Melbourne just.
OK, the last of the finals for week one is in the West. It's Freo up against the Western Bulldogs. On paper, looks to be a big task for the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, they only played 3 weeks ago, so I've got some stats from that game 3 weeks ago, and Fremantle just able to take marks and set the game up uncontested. We showed some vision up at the screen of how the Dogs did not defend and just allowed this. So 18 marks to 9 inside forward 50. So if the Dogs want to turn that around, you have to bring Alex Keith in. Rory Lobb kicked 4 of them are outside 50 metres. Can he do that again? So Alex Keith, because Sam Darcy's now gone forward and he was really good last week. So do they keep him forward? They need a defender. They need to be able to stop the uncontested marks. And I believe they can. I think this will go down to the wire. The Dogs, they like to travel. They like to travel interstate in finals. I think they can get the job done if Alex Keith can get Rory Lobb, because, as you told us, Damo, Taberner probably unlikely to play. So I'm tipping the Dogs in a nail-biter.
Lauder?
I think it's a danger game, but Fremantle in a close one.
Fremantle's defensive structure should hold up.
Docker's just, but Sam Darcy, the player to watch in this game by some stretch.
Anyone going to tip Collingwood v Geelong?
No.
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 Yes.